walked into this panel, and I had two superstars with me, Victor and Charlie. This was so easy. When you have good people who are fun and knowledgeable and know the owners of the wineries personally and travel there, I do the same, but they're probably spending much more time because my problem is in life. I'm a wine writer, but I'm not a surgeon. I am a regular doctor, that type of thing. So I've got to cover the whole world. But Italy is without question a passion for me. And Italians are a passion for me. For many reasons in my life, Italians have affected my life in a very, very positive way.
So, what are you drinking? What are you tasting? Can you show us? What are you tasting?
Well, it's from Tuscany, and it is a Brunello. Brunello di Montalcino. Let me make sure that I spelled Brunello di Montalcino. Right. From Italy, from Tuscany. As they said in the breakfast meeting this morning, knowledge is power, and they're little tidbits. And they were talking in earlier panels today about education, and everyone is an educator. Everyone here in some way educates, whether they educate the person next door to them or they educate in a school, it doesn't make any difference. But you have to be able to maintain an audience for an hour and a half. And that's why an hour and a half is a very long time. Even a Broadway show, there's an intermission at 1 hour. And then taste wines as well, get it all in. And the concept was, as always for me, even though I'm from New York, start on time, finish on time, which I almost did. Let the audience talk to each other. Don't pontificate to them. Let them make their own decision. It's called the Socratic method of teaching. They make their own decision. You might give them some hints and things like that. Hints. Well, maybe you could think about this, or that lady said black licorice, anise, okay, and that other person said, and everybody's saying, yeah, I get it. Or the meatiness that somebody was talking about, or the smokiness that's coming through. So we are just 3 people up here, and we had 100 people out there, and these are professionals, but they can still have fun. We can't lose. The passion is fun. If you're into something and you're passionate about it, it should be entertaining, fun, and educational.
Thank you.
We never ask about us, and we never say in America, for someone who has been working with Italian wines in this country for almost 25 years, nobody knew how to pronounce Brunello di Montalcino, Chianti Classico, or Barolo back in the day. We talk about Fiano di Avellino today. For a guy like me who came from Italy, and I used to serve wine a lot in Italy, in France, but always been behind a bottle of Italian wine. For me, pronunciation was the key. Of course, today I can say I speak 5 languages, but Italian for me is the language that I learned when I was young. I was young because my neighbor was Italian, from Napoli, from Sicily, from Calabria. I was supposed to marry the Calabresa woman in front of the house, but I ran to America. So put it that way. It's nothing wrong. She's a beautiful lady today and a mother of 2 kids. It has my name. But when I talk about, Italian wine education and Italian wines, I have to say it's something much more of what is in the bottle. It's the passion of the people that they work in the wine country, that us, as educators, we're supposed to tell everybody, because that's what we bring from the old country. When you understand the families, when you understand the history, when you understand the background, you actually can come much straightforward to someone who's a consumer, bringing that story from the old country. Could be from Campania, could be from Toscana, could be from Barolo, could be from Sardinia. That's what I love. I have to say, the reason that we have this movie, The Duel of Wine, which is a great story between a taxi driver in Miami and a sommelier in Florence, looking for my wife. That's the comedy. It is an amazing story of teaching wine countries through a comedy, through Barolo, through Brunello, through Amarone, through Soave, through Carignano del Sulcis and Champagne. Put it this way, it's a great Italo-Spagnolo connection, but what is wonderful is that being able to put together all this Italian grape in the biggest Schermo, in the biggest screen. I mean, for me, as an educator in the United States, now working as an actor, trying to bring the Italian wine business to a different level. You know, I'm talking right here. I got to take a plane right now. I'm going to France. I'm going to speak about the same thing in southern France, speaking about our experience making a great movie in Italy. I mean, for me, as a person who has an American passport today, is such a big honor, because I am not only a wine educator. I mean, Verona Fiere in Italy 3 years ago gave me, you know, Comunicatore di Vino al Mondo, and for me, as a fellow who actually decided to put the Bandiera Italiana around and say, let's teach Italian wine. Ice can tell you, I've been here, you know, 6 years of Vino 2016. But also, what is important is to see the passion of everybody who is on the panel. Chef Rallo did such a great job today. Kevin, he's the wine entertaining guy of America. I mean, we pull a wonderful selections of wine, you know, from Campania, from the north, from the south. And we cover half of Italy. And that is what is wonderful about. We really love the country. We really love the culture. And if you don't have good stories, and every single wine of Italy has great stories, that's what we need more. We need wine soldiers. As I call myself, I'm a wine soldier of the world, and I'm happy to be working with Italian wine for 30 years.
At Birra Vino, it's obviously beer and wine, and we brew our own beer there, and then we also have about 50 bottles and cans from around the world, including Italy, and we have a very nice wine program by the glass, but here we feature more affordable Italian wines, and then we pair them with very simple but delicious, high-quality Italian food. We try to have all of the major growing regions of Italy. So obviously there's a concentration in Tuscany and the Veneto and also Piemonte. But we do most of the 20 regions of Italy. I think each region of Italy is so beautiful because of its diversity in wine and food. And we try to show that to our customers in New Jersey. With the help of people like ICE, the Italian Trade Commission, and with education, we find that people are understanding Italian wines more and more. The United States became the #1 consumer of wine in the world, not per capita, not per person, but as a country. So people are understanding, and with that education, people are really developing a palate for all wines, and really Italian wines. And I think at the forefront of that movement is the great Italian wines, Barbera. Unbelievable food wine, table wine, and it's really a go-to wine. And you see these wines, these kind of secondary varietals, becoming very, very popular in the United States.
And how about the panel that you just had? How was it? Like, people were really interesting, right?
Well, I mean, you have an actor, movie star. You have Kevin Zraly, who's one of the foremost teachers of wine in the world, and together, you know, really, wine and food is about fun. And if you're falling asleep at a wine seminar, we didn't do our job. So we need to keep it up and lively and really think out of the box and have some fun with Italian wine as they do in Italy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.